Hi, my name is Maya and I'm a rising sophomore at Ramaz High School. So this is my main project, which is a sun tracking solar panel, and I have just completed my second milestone. So for my first milestone, I just determined how the solar panel was going to work, and I measured the voltage, which was around like 13 volts, which is a lot. And for my second milestone, I decided that I had to create a build so that it would be able to support the solar panel and it would be like steady as it rotates. So I divided this into two parts. So first I did the schematics for the frame and for the base. So I did the base, I made it like a sort of like square, and I cut all the pieces of wood, and I attached hinges to it so that when the solar panel will move up and down, it will be able to move more easily. And so that was really helpful. And for the frame, I made it in like a U-bracket, and then this threaded rod would go through over here. And then in order to attach them together, I put two triangular pieces, which held at like higher elevations just by friction, but then once you like move it to like a lower elevation, like around like 40 degrees or something, like I needed like a friction wedge so that it would stay. And then the way that I attached the solar panel to the threaded rod was I drilled holes in the two pieces of wood that were screwed on the back of the solar panel, and then it stayed. And then there was the motor, which I screwed onto the back of a piece of wood, and then I put that on the frame. And I also had to make sure that the gears meshed properly. And so yeah, that was my second milestone. So I had a couple problems while I was making this. So first, as you can tell, sometimes if I put it at a low elevation, it'll just drop. So what I did was I drilled another hole in the friction wedge, and I can switch the threaded rod to that hole, and that way it'll stop when I put it at around 20 degrees or whatever. Another problem was one of the holes that I had drilled for the U-bracket was too big and it was very loose. So I decided to put a triangular support, and it's nailed to the two pieces of wood, and that helps keep it in a more perpendicular supported way. And this was also very important because when the U-bracket was not stable at certain elevations, it caused the gears to not mesh properly. So I knew I needed to fix that. And another one of my problems was that the way that the threaded rod is going to turn, and it's going to turn, is that the gears are going to move it, and then it's going to rotate. But the solar panel can't rotate on its own, because that would defeat the whole purpose of the gears turning the threaded rod. So I had to figure out a way to make sure that the solar panel would be attached to the threaded rod in a way that it wouldn't move on its own. So I decided to put, after trying a lot of things, I decided to put epoxy on the sides of the wood where it's attached to the threaded rod, and I hope it'll work. So yeah, thank you.